Semper Fi, how's everyone doing? Uh-oh. Shut it. Boy, that's annoying. There it is. What's going down, fam? What is going down? Yo, what's up, Howard? Good morning, brother. Semper Fi, man. Sure, reboot. I don't. Give me a sec, brother. I'm gonna go get me a little energy drink, my kryptonite. All right. BRB. All right. Dude, it's freezing. You're getting an early start today. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I got a 524508. All right. Yeah, I gotta get some things done and do some things, and I got someone else to meet with and someone to call, and it goes on and on and on. Another day, another dollar. Stay motivated, stay positive. I have so much crap in my van. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You're at 35% there. Okay. I got a kind of busy day, man. Got to go on patrol protecting the Tesla dealerships. Provide security, the usual. The usual. It's 45 degrees outside, man. Oh! It's gonna go up to 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Freedom units, brother. Ooh, I hit 8,000 miles on the tactical minivan. 8,000 miles exactly. Wow, I've never seen that. That's crazy. Go get me a drink. Actually, I kept going down. Of course. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. Zero 600 on April 2nd, man, and everyone's looking good. What's up, Devil Dogs? Simplify, guys. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Matt. And veteran, just hanging out, enjoying California, man. So if you guys want to see the road, give me a second. We'll reverse camera angles here. Once I pull over, get me a little drink. And we can go, where are we gonna go? I'm not sure. Nowhere important, nowhere special. We can go see Itchy and Scratchy. You know those girls are always out for fun. Itchy and Scratchy show. Oh, I'm so bored already. I'm so bored at this job. Jesus Christ. It's nice though. All I have to do is just show up. Right? What's up, Devil Dogs? Imagine the dudes like back in the day. No, you son bitch. Imagine the dudes back in the day with no like Vaseline or chapstick. Oh, nightmare, right, man? Your face will get all cracked. Those old cowboy dudes back in the day riding through the West. Oh, dude, that had been wild. Wild Bill Hickok. Oh, what's his name passed away? Speaking of cowboys, Iceman. Iceman passed away. Sad. Top Gun guy, what's his name? Sylvester Stallone. Val Kilmer, that's who died. Yeah, Val Kilmer. Good, what's up, y'all? What's going on, brother? Val Kilmer, yeah, man, he passed. Sad, sad. What am I doing? Oh. Oh, fuck, damn it. Dude, it's so slow. Devil Dogs attack the day. That's right, brother. They restricted Val Kilmer from you, Justin. What's up, Devil Dogs? I'm getting ready for the day right now, boys. I'm just kind of like looking at my computer. golden root. Then I'm gonna get an energy drink and then we're gonna hit the road. Golden, okay, I knew it, son of a gun. Of course. What? I don't know. I'll go get something to drink. I'll be right back, guys. I wasn't sure if it was spelled right. I looked at, no, yeah, man. You spelled it right. It seemed like he was great in Tombstone. Yeah, that was it. Tombstone, man. Tombstone was an awesome, awesome flick. Hold on. I need to freaking look at something. I don't really care, but I can't screw over thy fellow American, so I gotta make sure my guy's getting what he's getting. You know? This week? Where is it? Golden, yep. Okay. Okay, Tony. And we'll go up here. Let me get some directions, because we got to go in the ghetto. In the ghetto, eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Cool. Give me a sec, boys. I'm gonna go get me a energy drink. Be right back. Woo. What's up, guys? What's up, Ethan? Quick, go hop on the truck and move it. He's lucky I'm not here. I have no idea what that was supposed to mean, man, but it sure sounds good. Oh, boy. All right, boys, let's get to it, man. Got some oranges. Got my drinky poo. All right. I did buy some donuts too, but we won't talk about that. I did buy some donuts, but we're not going to talk about that. Don't judge me. I like my donuts. Let's get up out of here, huh? Where are we going? Where are we going? Hop on the bus, Gus. We go. Oh, no U-turn. Really? Really? All right. Well. What's up, boys? Simplified Devil Dogs. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Matt. Served in the United States Marine Corps, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation Enduring Freedom. It's a community for veterans, anybody that loves the United States, or especially the troops that fight the wars for us. Always welcome to hang out. Say what's up, chime in, drop your opinion. Tell me I'm ugly or stupid. Either way, as long as you're happy by the end of the day, that's all that matters, man. Stay motivated and stay positive, boys. I try to do the same. Sometimes I've been a Debbie Downer, right? I get in little funks. But I usually try to stay positive, you know? PH, yes, Iraq, a country that had nothing to do with 9/11. Yeah, we found that out the hard way, huh? Yeah. That was kind of an oopsies, huh? Yep, that was kind of an oopsie. Well, those guys that made those decisions are still alive, you know? Except for Colonel Powell, he's dead. Bush is... oh boy. Liberating us from what the founding fathers wanted. I don't know. I just had my father, man. The only father I listen to is my own brother. You know? They wrote down the first two rules. You know, you can say whatever you want. And you got the boomstick, Second Amendment. And that's all that really matters. And everything else below those, it doesn't matter. You know, the boomstick thing, you gotta have the boomsticks. Freedom, babe. Freedom ain't free, man. You always gotta fight for it. Someone's always gonna try to take it away, man. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, good citizen? How you doing, brother? Semper Fi, man. Mr. Good Citizen. So the third Amendment doesn't matter. What a ridiculous statement. Hey, what's up, Leah? The Second Amendment? Don't even know the Second Amendment, brother. I can only read past 1 and 2. And basically, this country is nothing like the founders wanted it. I don't know. I mean, if you got insight of how the founding fathers wanted America, man, I need to take you to Las Vegas. Seems like you got the hot hand, brother. We aren't modeled after Switzerland. ERS Day. That's right, brother. What's up, Ethan? Just stop by and say hi. Hello. We were modeled after Switzerland, but we stayed and have to deal with modeled after Switzerland. I've never heard that. That's the first, man. That's cool. I didn't know that. I don't know if Switzerland is an actual real country in my eyes, but okay. The Swiss, I don't think the Swiss even consider themselves a real country. They're just kind of a little place out in the middle of Europe. Hey, Bobo, another day, another dollar. Semper Fi, brother. What's going on, man? Yes, sir. Liberation Day today, boys. I'm already feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the success. I'm feeling the grind. I think I'm going to go out there and get in a fight with my boss or something. I feel just energetic. Maybe let's go push over a bum on the side of the street. It's getting into some mischief today, boys. I'm ready. Who's ready? I'm ready to get in some mischief. We were supposed to be sister republics. I never heard that. I never heard that. But thank God we're not sister republics, because Switzerland sucks. They're a weird socialist. Well, it kind of sucks for Switzerland. Well, their geography is really great because they got the Swiss mountains, baby. And then, like, we had a guy on here from Switzerland not that long ago, and he would say a lot of those people actually have like cannon, like bunkers and stuff, and like weird cannons in their house because of the world wars. When we formed this country, it was basically a new concept with small ideas then taken from places. Yeah, I agree with that. What's up, Timothy Travis? How are you celebrating a day that starts off making America extremely poor? Well, if Americans are extremely poor, that's their own fault, devil dog. You know, that's their own fault. I would tell those Americans you need to get a job. But for most Americans, Liberation Day is a positive, brother. It's a success, you know. Yeah, you're right, good Mr. Good Citizen. We formed on other concepts and ideas, and yeah, we took little bits and pieces from everywhere, but our country was founded on how not to create a monarch or a king and queen or dictator. You know, it was only designed so no one can really seize power. You know, everyone's trying to seize power. I mean, I'm surprised America hasn't folded yet. You know, but after today, you know, we got another 50 years of motivating and positive trash going on in the United States, man. Yeah, and if people, you know, don't want to work and work for themselves, then they're going to be poor. A bunch of pories. And then, you know, and if they're poor, we're just going to send them to El Salvador, you know. That's my plan. That's my plan. Get a job, brother. Get a job. You know, you want free health insurance? Get a job. It's free, I swear. Or Obamacare. Go get Obamacare. Because Obamacare. Hamilton heavily influenced Washington to take that action. Ooh. What do you think's going to happen with all the tariffs and when other countries decide not to trade with us anymore? Just like Canada and Mexico, you were literally celebrating the downfall. Mexico, what? Well, if you're saying if we don't trade with Mexico and Canada, America is gonna fold, are you watching my stream, brother? You think what does Canada have that? And here, okay, let's just say you're right, Timothy. Let's just say you're right. You know, Trump decides, you know, America can do it on their own, and then we start collapsing. Well, we'll just invade Mexico. Like America will never fold, man. Like that's like a doomsday scenario. You know, if the government ever gets scared that they're gonna collapse, they'll just invade another country and just take over all their resources. That's what usually happens, you know. And I don't think you've ever been to Mexico, brother. I don't think you know what Mexico is. If we get detached from Mexico, that would probably benefit the United States. Oh God, Mexico's a shithole, man. Mexico's a dumpster fire, man. If anybody's having effects, call Val Kilmer. Mandela? What? Hey, what's up? 0311 Semper Fi, brother. Val, good Val. He was a good Batman. My grandfather, Mexico. Oh, Rambabu. Hey, Rambabu. America is a superpower for a reason. Yeah, that's right, Bobo. If America thinks it's gonna, oh shoot, there's an ambulance behind us, or a fire truck. Apparently, you've never read American history and the Great Depression. Whatever, man. Like, if we wanted it, man, I don't. You're like giving me a doomsday scenario, which won't happen. It's just pretty much impossible. And if America collapses, which is never going to happen, what do you think's going to happen to Mexico or Canada? Yeah, I don't know. I think you got your things in a bunch, man. I know doomsday and Trump's bad and we're all going to suffer and global warming will kill us and Y2K and the JFK files. I get it, man. I get it. The world's scary in your eyes, man. If you're scared, you know what I do when I'm scared? I go to church. I say a couple Our Fathers and I get on with my day, But usually nothing really happens, There's no doomsday. There's no end of the world. We're not that special, boys. We're not that special. If you go into combat and, you're not that, don't think you're going to be hurt and be a victim, man. Everyone wants to be a victim, Doomsday, Trump bad, Orange Man bad. Elon's a German dude from the 30s when we live in 2025. Oh, there's a Trump flag. There's a Trump flag. Did you guys see that thing? Income tax started in 1913. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We need to get done with that, man. We need to have Mexico start paying for our stuff here just like they paid for the wall, brother. Just like they paid for the wall. What we need to do is completely break relationship with Europe. Oh, now we talking. Azul, mijo. I don't know. Break up with Europe, man. What's up, John? How you doing, man? You mean you don't catch fire when you step over the threshold of the? No, man. I'm welcomed with open arms and a little glass of vino and a little glass of the holy water, and I eat some dude's body. That's what I do. No, I don't catch fire. I thought I would, though, brother. Trust me. For years, I thought I would. I would walk in there and just wait to be caught ablaze. And then when they pass around the thing to give money, I take the money, though. I always take the money back. I want that money. Farmers and teachers are literally being fired across the country. Hey, Timothy, I think all the countries or all the states that do our farming voted red, bro. So, like Oklahoma, all red. No, sorry, man. Farmers aren't. You can't fire a farmer from his own property. Imagine a government employee walking up to you and saying you're fired when you're working on your property. The farmer would shoot the dude. Yeah, the farmers can't be, and teachers, teachers can be fired. Teachers suck. I went to school out here in America, man. Teachers are awful. Hence why I joined the United States Marine Corps. Semper Fi, Devil Dogs. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't get the Bangkok drippy drip. How does a farmer fire themselves as no teachers are being fired? I work in education. Yeah, dude, and if the teacher works for the state of California, which ends up working for the federal government, you can be fired. Yeah, teachers are awful. My teacher slept during math class. He would sit there like this. I'll do it. And he would hold a pen in his hand. Yeah, that was my teacher, Mr. Brown. Guy was a douchebag. Mr. Brown. I still remember him, man. Still remember him. Get out of the closet, dude. Dude, I love being in the closet. Getting out of the closet. Tom Cruise, get out of the closet. Getting in the closet. South Park, anyone? South Park? I was smarter than the teacher. I was the one sleeping. Damn, you're good at that time. You're very witty, man. You're very witty. You're. I am smarter than the teacher. Yeah, Mr. Brown, that dude slept all day. He was a fat piece of shit. Hey, Nisi Lee, what's up, mama? How you doing, girl? Semper Fi. Ryan, maybe y'all should be poor and pay for food, and we wouldn't. Give me a sec, boys. Bryson, what's up, man? Wouldn't have subsidized farmers to make affordable for customers. Yep. I also wonder why my science teacher eyes were always red after lunch. Dude, isn't that weird? Ethan, like after you get older, you realize that some of your teachers were probably stoned or a little tipsy, and it's like, oh, everyone's just trying to get by, dude. We're all in this weird cockamamie system. Even your teachers are tired, you know, they don't want to really be there teaching a bunch of retarded 8th grade or 18-year-olds or 17-year-olds. What's up? Yeah, Def. That would change nothing. Both parties are owned by the same elite. Except for Trump, baby. Trump's not owned by anyone, just the American people, right? And then the elite are controlled by our boomsticks, baby. You know, you gotta like those we gotta have boomsticks. Yeah, you're right, Mr. Good Citizen. Republicans suck just slightly less, dude. Just slightly less. Yeah. Red. I don't know, boys. You got to stay motivated, though. It's not a doomsday, man. The stock market. Who has stocks that's very worried about the stock market? Actually, I do. We're all kind of worried about that, but we'll see. $4.99. You got to be shitting me. It's above $5. Oh, in the ghetto, yeah. So if you don't know what the ghettos look like, they always have higher prices in the ghetto. Always have higher prices in the ghetto. You don't get the same price tag out here, boys, because they're poor, and you got to charge more for when you know people are extremely poor. You charge them more because they have to pay for it, especially if they have nowhere else to go. Yep, that's how it works, man. What's the First Amendment? Freedom of speech, and that isn't it. Yes, Trump isn't, but yet he had some of the richest people in argument. Yeah, man. If you're riding in the compound, please tap the. Thank you, Lisa. Leave that screen and subscribe, and it's appreciated. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to have donors. There's still a political party to run, and rich people have a lot of money, and you got to go talk to them and take their money from them. What's up, David? What's up, brother? Ooh, this is dangerous. Oh, tell me that's like a Grand Theft Auto motorcycle jump. Ooh, that truck was asking to get asking to be used as a ramp. What's up? Don't be dumb. I'm very disappointed in Rand Paul siding with Democrat. Rand Paul? What? Hey, a bunch of female construction workers. Great. I wonder if the house is going to be put together well. What did Rand Paul do? Oh my God. Where are you driving to? We're going to go see a couple prostitutes I work with here. We're going to go make sure they're making us money. We got to make sure one hangs out here on this corner, but she's not here working. It might be a little chilly, but this is when these girls are out in full force. We're gonna go say hi to some butt cheeks. If you guys want to see some naked ladies, just stay tuned. Maybe they're out. Oh, there they are, boys. Oh, there's 3 of them. One is in chonies. One is not wearing anything. Oh, there's the other one. Itchy and scratchy. That's right, Bobo. There's one right there in the black. Right there. That's one. She's wearing a little pink thong or something. There's 3 right behind me. And there's a guy in a homeless tent. I bet you. Oh. Is that someone exercising in the drug addict park? Oh, yeah. Who's in there exercising? Someone's in there. Hubba hub. Keep your eyes on the road and shut the F up. You don't want the F you're talking about. What's up, John? How you doing, brother? Let's see if my girl has any money on her, huh? We're gonna... that's her right there, boys. That's Sparky. We call her Sparky. She's a... Oh yeah, that guy's just kind of... We call her the human jizz rag, boys. She's a good ride. Everyone gets a... she'll be working... she'll be making a lot of money today. A lot of money. At least a couple thou. Easy. Easy. Chop, chop, ladies. John is angry. John, you're always angry, brother. Hope you're doing okay, man. It's not a doomsday scenario. The stock market's not real. Poor people will always be poor. It is what it is. America will be just fine. Just like 9/11, just after Pearl Harbor. It takes a little bit, but we'll get back there, buddy. She's extra. Rolling Orange. What's up, Devil Dog? How you doing, guys? Semper Fi, what's going down? John is clearly unsatisfied at the McDonald's he works at. Oh, probably, man. You know. But that's the point, John. You got to stay motivated. You got to stay positive, man. Adapt and overcome, Devil Dog. It sounds like you have a lot of personal problems on your side. But this community's here to help you, man. We are here to help. We're here to walk you through the steps you need to be walked through, you know? There's no shame. There's no shame in asking for help. Do you prefer local tourism, so helping fellow countrymen, or traveling abroad and giving money to our enemies? You know, as an American, you can do whatever you want. You can go light your money on fire. You can... So that's actually... I'll stop joking. What's up, AZ? I'm just going to call you AZ, man. That's why... that is why my Mexican side of the family came to the United States, and why my grandpa never went back to Mexico is because he never wanted to spend his hard-earned money in a corrupt country. And that's why I don't know any Spanish, and that's why yeah, that's why. What's up, Jeff? Same old, man. Same thing, different day, brother, right? Same thing, different day. Nah, Americans can spend their money however they want, brother, you know, but in Trump country, man, we're trying to... You know, I heard there's a $200 billion deficit with Canada. I'm sure we subsidize Mexico because Mexico really doesn't do anything. You know, if you guys ever been to Mexico, everyone just kind of sits around or works for the cartels. I mean, the cartels are a terrorist organization now, which they should have been like in the 90s and 80s, dude. Probably even in the 70s. So, Mexico might be a terror... I mean... Mexico compared to Iran is not too far off. You know, they're almost both a terrorist state. If they were friendly, if Mexico was so friendly, why are we building a wall on the border? You know, why are we, you know, because Mexico doesn't have our best interest, and neither does Canada. I don't blame them. I don't blame them for not having our best interest, but they're obviously not an ally, you know. They're more of a frenemy. And, you know, most Americans see that, you know, and then we elected a president to make sure, you know, that president upholds our values, our American values. And if someone's not a friend or an ally, then they're basically an enemy. So we're basically treating everyone like an enemy, I guess. Which I'm totally cool with. I am totally cool with, man. Greece is in Europe. Is Greece in Europe? Red, red. In our bud to help everyone else, we forget about Americans. And if we can't take care of our own people, how can we truly help anyone else? Absolutely, dude. Mr. Good Citizen on the mark. Yes, Greece is in Europe. Oh, I don't know, man. All I know is California and Nevada's, there's Vegas, and I've been to Mexico, and Greece is in Europe. Next to Sparta. Yeah, I know a lot of people that go to Greece in Europe, man. I don't know what's like the Athens and stuff out there where like Western civilization started. Yeah, Greece is in Europe. You're right. You're right, Deft. You're right. And what is all this? Red, red wine. Do, 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 do. Baby, baby. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, nice. Oh, this is so easy. Oh, I love this. Oh, this is bomb, dude. We all know Greece is in Europe. We also know that they aren't an enemy of the U.S. We have military bases in Europe. What kind of enemy should allow that? Yeah, we got a ton of military bases in Europe, brother. Yeah. Dude, have you guys seen like, you know, the whole world versus the United States? If like everyone combined it, their militaries and their geopolitics versus the United States military, how they wouldn't win. They wouldn't even come close. They wouldn't even come close. What are your thoughts about going to war with Europeans over Greenland? Yeah, that's a good question, AZ. Good question. What are your thoughts about going to war with Europeans over Greenland? Well, you're assuming Europeans are all the same. You know, you're assuming England and France and Belgium and Germany are all going to rally up to defend Greenland when Denmark owns it. And going to war over a piece of land that no one knows and no one cares about, no one's going to do that, especially when there's a war in Europe. If Denmark can't defend their own property, then it's going to be taken. That's the way the world works, man. That's prison rules for you. You know, Ukraine can't defend themselves. Russia takes half their country. If Taiwan can't defend themselves, China will end up taking Taiwan, or trying to. I don't think China will ever, even if they try, going across a body of water, impossible, man. So you're like, if you're saying Europe, they're gonna all, like, their militaries are all gonna combine and then get on a boat and then sail across the 7 seas to Greenland and then defend their lives. Greenland, you know, that's a made up scenario. It's a thoughtful one, but it's made up. And the fact that, like, we have military bases in Poland and Germany. I'm pretty sure we have a military base in France and England. I'm sure we have one in Denmark. I'm sure we have one in Norway and Finland. I'm sure we have one in I'm sure we have one everywhere. So it's a made up thing. That's a made up. That will never happen. It's made up. I think the United Kingdom has like one aircraft carrier, but it's like a 4th generation, and we're on the 6th generation fighter. You know, there's even the whole world could go to war or could declare war on the United States. logistically, it would be physically impossible. Like, it would be literally impossible. Even if it did happen, it would be over pretty quick, man, pretty quick. You got to remember, the United States is basically the American society that no one talks about. We thrive on our military prowess. We go to war constantly. We buy the Second Amendment, the boomsticks constantly. Our civilian population is more armed and military-esque than most militaries across the world. I mean, you can find pockets in probably Oklahoma or Nebraska or Alabama where there's probably very well armed militias everywhere across the United States. It just would never happen. Most Americans are more armed than most countries. California is more militaristic than China put together. I can grab 1,000 Californians and train them up for 10 seconds, and they would outperform any military, across the world. It's a skill issue. Have you ever played a video game and your friend or whoever plays the game sucks? It's a skill issue. Going to war is a skill issue. It's a sport. Most Americans, we treat war as a sport, and we become very good at the sport because we learned from our previous wars. We adapt and overcome. Fighting in a jungle may be a little different from fighting in the desert. So we trained in Nam. We trained in the desert. We trained in trench warfare. We trained in like a World War II. World War II was a funky war. That was more like submarines. There was land invasions. That was more, I guess, tanks and artillery, like the big boy. I don't know. That World War II was a mixture of every kind of combined war together. Jungles in Japan. So you can take a military from Europe and they would just get crushed. They would get absolutely hammered. With how the U.S. is behaving with Europe, they started building their arms up, and China and India military are becoming huge. It's going to cost for the enemies, but U.S. will fall. That sounds like a doomsday scenario there, Deft. That sounds like China, India and China. How many aircraft carriers does India and China have? How many aircraft carriers does India, China have? I think maybe 1 or 2. And then let's just say China declares war on the United States and India and Russia. Everyone, let's say the whole world declares war on the United States. Okay, you still gotta sail the 7 seas. Like, good luck. It's never gonna happen, man. What's up, Jared? Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. Yeah. Poverty was the name of someone's account. You don't need carriers if you can build air bases in Mexico and Canada. Oh my God. So you think the United States military is gonna let people build air bases in Mexico and Canada? What planes are they gonna fly? What aircrafts are they going to fly? What ships are going to get on a ship and sail across into Mexico? You don't think the cartels want? You think the cartels want Chinese troops all over Mexico? You think Canadians want a bunch of Russians, or I don't know? Do you think Canada wants a whole bunch of Russians in Canada? I don't think so. No. Yeah, man, that's a big doomsday scenario, man. That's a big doomsday. It's fun to talk about. It's really fun to talk about, but no, I'm not worried. Definitely not worried. What? And if that happens, Devil Dog, well, I hope everyone's ready for an ass kicking. Can you text me classified information and Signal? I have no idea what Signal is or what's classified or not. I don't work for the government. Signal or Grinder? I'll text you on Grinder, brother. Launch codes headed your way. Does anyone know why Japan didn't invade us? Ooh, that's a good question, Mr. Good Citizen. Can anyone answer that one? Why did Japan? They had aircraft carriers. What they had, like 10? They had battle cruisers. They had battleships. The Japanese Navy was some real mother effers, dude. They had an entire air force, and yet Japan couldn't do it. Hell, even Germany back in the day couldn't even build. What did they build? One battleship? Like, Japan or China can't build electric cars. They can't even build buildings without collapsing. They're so corrupt. They build tofu drag buildings, dude. Russia has gotten so stupid over the last like 50 years that they can't even build they used to have a pretty decent sized Navy. Now they don't have anything, man. It's sad. It's sad. This wouldn't happen. OnlyFans, you're talking about a scenario where the whole world goes to war with the U.S. That means Mexico and Canada, an allied nation. I'm just adding to this scenario. Yeah, but you know that Germany tried to get Mexico into World War I, and that didn't happen. You know, if the whole world overnight automatically agrees, let's go down that rabbit hole. America would invade Mexico and Canada almost immediately. We wouldn't even allow Mexico or Canada to do anything. It would never happen. Like Mexico would never get a chance to ever like raise an army and try to invade Texas and California. Well, here's a good history buff. Mexico tried to invade a bunch of banditos, try to come up in the early 1900s or late 1800s, and they all got whacked. You know, they've tried it. It just won't happen. It's impossible. Mexico doesn't even have a military, you know. They have the cartel members. They have a terrorist organization. And here's the deal with Mexico. Like, even people in Mexico don't like Mexico because, you know, if you want to go to war with another country, you got to actually like the country you're fighting for, you know. And most people in Mexico don't like their own country, you know, because it doesn't benefit them. And Canada, I don't know, man. I don't know about the Canadian military, but I'm sure they're not as up to speed as they were back in World War II. I mean, their politicians don't like militaries, you know? So, I mean, it's a great scenario, but I'm not sure, man. It just wouldn't never work. You know, we have almost 100,000 people in Germany. We have like 50,000 in Poland. The only countries I would ever, and when I talk about going to war, I'm talking about just ground forces. Air to air. It would be a disaster. We would wipe everybody out almost overnight. No one has even a military. They got to build the military up. We have a standing military, and we go to war with each other all the time. It's awesome. It's amazing. I can't see anything, Devil Dogs. What's up? What's the point of having military bases in Europe or abroad in general? The point is to flex power over Europe. Wouldn't it be better to have our troops stationed within our borders helping with domestic problems? No. No, the military is not supposed to be helping with domestic problems. They're supposed to be flexing on Europe. No, our military's for our enemies, and our bases are where our enemies are at. Our military bases, and we do have our military here. We have a bunch of bases, but our domestic problems are within the civilian population. It has nothing to do with the military. And our military, yeah, our military's, we have Okinawa in Japan. We have huge bases in Australia. We got a base in Taiwan. We got a base in Japan. We got a base in the Philippines. We got a base, and I'm sure we do something with India. We got a base in Poland, Germany, UK, France. I'm sure France, because we do airstrikes with them all the time. I mean, name it, we probably have a base there. We're going to have a base on Greenland soon. We're going to have a base, and we probably have a base in Norway. Norway is a very important country. What's up, Jared? I mean, there are military bases, I think, in Japan. Oh yeah, there's Japan. I named every country. Google Google American military bases in the world, and that will blow your mind. That will blow your mind. But if our priority is to defend America first, what's the point of being anywhere? To defend America from our enemies. And our enemies are in Europe and Canada and Mexico. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we have enemies in Europe for sure. So we keep our military bases there. In Germany, we have a huge base, dude. Huge. And a huge hospital. Huge. Preemptive defending. Yeah, preemptive defending. Yep. I'm sure I think we have bases all over Africa. Yeah, we got military bases everywhere. And it's to defend America against its enemies. Our enemies don't live in America. If you live in America, you're just a weird citizen that doesn't like his own country. And that's okay. You don't have to like the country you live in. As long as you pay your taxes. But our enemies are out there in the rest of the world, man. And if anything pops off, we got military bases everywhere. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to rock and roll, man. And oh, what's up, good citizen? My bad, man. My B. I'll hook you up, brother. Yeah, don't be just the golden rule for mods. Don't ban nobody. If they spam, put them on timeout. Oh, do I have to stop? Uh-oh, I'm gonna stop. I am not blowing through this. I am not blowing through this. I love the U.S. I just hate the government. Yeah, I think everyone's on that good, Mr. Good Citizen. I get your points, guys, but aren't all those abroad bases like super expensive to maintain and yeah, you're right, AZ. Yeah, they are, brother. They are super expensive and stuff like that. They are. And that's oh, sweet. Let's go. They are very, very expensive. But I think Germany pays for most of it now, and like the base in Poland, I think This is so funny. I remember this. The first president term of Trump, he would complain about the UN not doing its fair share, right? You know, they need to add more money, blah, 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 blah. So he goes, you know, Germany's buying gas and oil from Russia, and we're defending Germany with our military might in Germany from Russia. That he said that, you know, that's a catch-22. It's they're making Russia rich, and Russia's building up their military, and we're supposed to be defending Germany from Russia. So he goes, you know what? He goes, if Germany doesn't pay for our troops in country, we're gonna move them to Poland. And Poland, I remember the Polish Prime Minister, someone in Poland, I love Poland. Poland goes, yeah, bro, we'll pay for them. Yeah, so like Poland, I believe Poland pays for like 30,000 American soldiers to be there. Something like that. I don't know if all of them are bought and paid for by the country they're in, but I know maybe those two are. But, and here's the thing, you know, the bases in Japan have been there since, you know, 1945, so they're never gonna leave. And they're you know, we got to have a military. We got to have a military. And if you have a military, you got to project force outside your own borders. You don't keep your military within your borders. Why have a big badass military and you can't project power? You know, you got to flex on them fools, you know? If you and your boys are walking through the playground, you know, you guys are flexing. You're not shriveling up, dude, you know? You got to say hi to the pretty ladies. You're flexing on fools. Don't do what you think North Korea can beat South. Do you think North Korea can beat South Korea? No. North Korea, they're all starving to death, you know? Like the government can't even feed its own people. China would help North Korea. Yeah, don't be dumb. You're right on that. So no real close threat for the United States? No, man. No one's worried about any other country out here, brother. That's the honest truth. I mean, American citizens are more armed than most militaries, man. I mean, I got a whole safe of boomsticks in my house, dude. Like, I got over like 2,000 rounds of 5.56. You know, there's no way. There's no way. Most governments, you think so? This is how I look at it, devil dogs. If governments are scared to give their citizens boomsticks, they're absolutely scared to go to war with someone. You know, they don't even trust their own citizens with boomsticks, dude. Imagine that's like a child. You know, you're not gonna, if you don't trust your child with a knife, you're not gonna let him cut the cake. You know, if he can't just hold on to a knife and not stab himself, you're not gonna have them go. You know, what governments are worried about is if you start arming your citizens, the citizens are gonna overthrow the government. And I wonder why they would do that. I wonder why, if you start arming citizens in Europe, they would overthrow their own government. I wonder why they would do that. I wonder why, you know, why are they scared to give their... Imagine if there's a political party in the United States that was scared to give their citizens boomsticks, man. That's crazy. They treat people in Europe like a child, man. Like the United Kingdom, forget about it. You think America is over? Like, at least I can still hate my government and still buy a boomstick. People in the United Kingdom can't even post a meme. People in Germany too. Like, that's insane. The United Kingdom you can't have they're gonna ban, you can't do anything. You can't say anything online mean about your government. You can't buy a ninja sword, which I don't know, most crimes are probably committed with a knife kitchen, not a ninja sword. I mean, how many people have ninja swords? Not, you don't, it's kind of stupid, right? Hey, Harry Smoker. What's up, Devil Dog? How you doing, man? What's up, Jared? Country Cuba won't even allow their people to have, oh yeah. Oh, I mean, all of Europe, Cuba, Mexico, who has boomsticks in Mexico is the cartel members. The government allows the cartel members to have boomsticks, but not its own citizens. Oh, great, It's insane. Ukraine could have done a lot better if Ukrainian citizens would have the Second Amendment, but they don't, man. They don't have any of that. Hey, brother, hope you're doing well. Thank you, man. I am. I'm doing good. It's been a pretty good week, I guess. Just chilling, going to work, the huge. Welcome to California, boys. Farmers with pitchforks, I mean, the United Kingdom is toast, bro. It's toast. Europe is toast. You guys have no freedom of speech. You guys got really woke. Like, it got bad, man. Like, UK Prime Minister sucks. The French Prime Minister dude is married to a man. And she's like 80 years old. You see that guy's... So, if you got a busted ass wife that looks like a man, no dude will ever respect you. None. I thought the country of Ukraine is still getting weapons to defend themselves. I mean, they're citizens. They're citizens. Their government, Zelensky should have gave the citizens of Ukraine boomsticks to defend themselves. But once again, big bad United States has to go help some weird European country that no one knows about or no one cares. I don't care about Ukraine. I hope they do good. I hope they beat Russia. I hope Russia beats them. I hope they both tickle each other to death. I don't really care. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not European. I don't speak that filthy pig Latin language. France, vive la France. Left Europe from the U.S., never to return. You're right, man. Everything before 1776 Devil Dogs was a mistake. Semper Fi. I got that from Ron Swanson, Parks and Rec. It's not my own, not my own. I copyrighted it. Trademarked. It was trademarked. I'll cite it. Ron Swanson, episode 3, season 2. Big Ron in Europe. And he goes, he looks at the Eiffel Tower, he takes a picture of it, or Big Ben clock in United Kingdom, and goes, anything before 1776 was a mistake. Yeah, Viva la... Dude, you see Manuel Marquel or whatever, his wife is a dude. It's a dude with a wig on, and no one says anything. She looks like a dude. That's a dude. His wife's a dude. That's a dude. I will not say that's a chick. Doesn't she always cover her like throat and her hands? Doesn't she always wear gloves and cover her throat? She's a dude. And wasn't she her teacher, his teacher, like when he was like 10? Ah, that makes sense. He's a lady boy. Hey, lady, you want a lady boy? You lady boy. I lady boy. Why wouldn't we talk to them? Why wouldn't we talk to them? With who Europe we're still friends with? We're friendly with Europe. We have no reason not to be. We don't see eye to eye on politics, and that's okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't see eye to eye with policies, and that doesn't mean we got to go to war with each other or nothing. We just kind of, it is what it is, you know. We can still do business with people, you know, and that Trump's really good at doing business, you know. He spent his whole life making a career and a lot of money in real estate, and you know, I stayed at the Trump Tower in Vegas, man. It was pretty sweet. A long time ago. I think I was like 22. This was like 12 years ago, 15 years ago or something. But why would you say this? I feel like your political ideology, you should not own. Oh, that guy's bright. Oh my God, the sun. I can't see, devil dogs. I'm out of commission reading. I'm just gonna blabber. Why would you? And hate's such a strong word, man. Hate, that means you actually like wake up and say, oh, I don't like this person. You know, that's such a strong word. Dislike is more of a, you know, I dislike something. You can do that. This is a high school? What? These look like little kids. Well, I guess I'm getting older now. People look like really young. Weird. My eyes are changing, devil dogs. My eyes are changing. I don't know what people think, man. Yeah, it's all good though. Remember, devil dogs, we're not all equal. You know, we're not all equal. All because you want something doesn't mean I want it too. You know, it's totally different. Everybody's different. Everyone wants something different, and we're not all equal. Not in America, at least. You Europeans, or a lot of you guys are like to do equal stuff and be equal to each other and have weird social tendencies. You know, we all hold hands and kumbaya. Not here, baby. Not in America. It's a dog-eat-dog world, man. You'll be left behind. If you don't do what's right, you'll be left behind and no one will help you, man. And that's America. It's tough. It's hard. It ain't easy living out here. It ain't easy being sleazy, man. It's not. You know, I could drive by I drive by bums all the time and I don't help them, you know. No way. People deserve what they get. Sorry, dude. Sorry, not sorry, you know. If you're scared, go to church. Adapt and overcome. Helmet's not a chair, devil dogs. You know. Rachel Maddow looks like a dude. Imagine being like Rachel Maddow's girlfriend. Oh, dude, her voice just kills me. Just kills me. It's like nails on a chalkboard, dude. Oh, it's so ugly. That girl's so ugly. And she's a lesbianist, huh? Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it, Tony. Rolling orange coming through. And Trump is fixing those issues as of late. I hope so. Hope so. We got a lot of issues in America. And we're gonna solve them here. And then our military is gonna project power outside of America. And that's how it's done. You know what we don't have in the United States? This is the only thing we don't have, and I'm almost positive everyone can agree with me. There's not a single foreign military base in the United States that I know of. Boom. How great is that? We have them all over the world, but there ain't none here, man. You know why? Because no military is equal to the United States, brother. Not one. There never will be. Not in a thousand years, you know. The American dream still continues. We're everything what like Germany wanted to be, or Great Britain back in the day, or the Roman Empire, or everything these countries wanted to be. And the only difference between us and those countries is that our government, when it was founded, decided to arm the citizens. That's the only difference. And private property is a thing and stuff like that. There's more to it than just the boomsticks, but boomsticks, the boomsticks. I love saying boomsticks. We'll never have a foreign uniform step on this beautiful, on God's country. God country football, brother. The one thing I'm excited for is I want Europe to get a football team. That would be pretty sweet, dude. I want all of Europe to join forces, like Germany, United Kingdom. I want them all to create one NFL football team so they can join the NFL league. That would be freaking sweet, dude. And I know Japan's doing football. That would be awesome, man. Two, like a European team and a Japanese team, are good enough to play in the NFL. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And Missouri just passed a law forbidding foreign land ownership. Good. I don't know why foreigners are able to buy land in America, but you foreigners need to go home. Go buy your own land in your own country. Oh, you can't? Huh. That's weird. Why can't you buy land in other countries? Like in China, can you buy a property in China? That's a good question. Or does the government have like a 75-year lease on the land and you're just leasing the land? I wonder. Even if you have property, can you defend it? If I knock on Mr. Good Citizen's door and I go, young man, what the hell was that? Oh. If I go, young man, you need to step outside. You're not praying enough. Oh, that's what happened in the United Kingdom. A dude got arrested for praying. Oh boy. What a moron, right? He didn't go to church. He should have went to church. Foreign countries own roughly about 400 million acres of farmland in the United States. Honestly, don't be dumb. I would say some of that land's in California. There's a big cow farm by the border of Mexico, and I think it's owned by a Chinese owner. It's a huge cow farm. I mean, there's got to be like 5,000 cows, dude. You can easily look at El Centro, and what's the county? If you look up ELCENTRO, El Centro, California, cow farms, and you'll probably find, or Google Earth it, you'll probably find one out there. I think one of them's owned by, it's huge, bro. It's huge. I don't know what they do with these cows. It has nothing to do with I'm not sure. What's up, devils? Or what's up, brother? Foreigners go home. Preach it louder, bro. I'm gonna deport my own self, so I'll lead by example, and I'm gonna deport myself to Mexico, where my half Mexican ass belongs. And this way Americans can be free of us foreigners, huh? And then my Irish my brother looks more Irish than I do, and I will deport him to Ireland with Rosie O'Donnell. That fat pig. Hey, Bobo. Technically, you can't own a piece of land here. What? What'd you say, Bobo? Let me read that correct. Technically, you can't. Someone said you can't. Oh, God damn it, Bobo. You can't own a piece of land here in Denmark. You are only borrow. Oh, Bobo. I don't like where this is going. Is someone that's wearing a suit and tie telling you you can't own something, but you can only borrow it? Who's that person? Your dad? Son of a bitch, Bobo. What the hell, Denmark? I actually like Denmark. Hold on, let me read the whole thing. No, I won't. You can't own a piece of land in Denmark. You are only borrowing it from the government. It's in your name. Oh, mother effer. But they can take it back anytime if they want. Same way in Canada, Bobo. Wow, I didn't know that about... I kind of assumed that in Canada, because Canada's... But I should have just assumed that all in Europe, huh? That's funny that Rosie O'Donnell moved to Ireland because of the feud with Trump. Dude, just a crazy... What's up, Jared? It's a... You know, whether you're left or right, if you're scared and you got to move, that's like Ellen DeGeneres or whatever, you know, that's... The fact that someone can move and have the option of leaving a country because they don't like a politician, you know, that says a lot about that person, you know. I mean, seriously. Wow, Bobo, I didn't know that, man. Dude, out here, man, if you want to buy 4,000 I don't even know how big an acre is because I live in California, boys, so forgive me. You could buy 5 acres of land out here for, I don't know. I mean, dude, I see property going up for sale, just a big lot of land you can buy out. Even in California, they'll say land for sale and you can still buy it for I don't know how much. You know, you'll take a loan out, whatever, unless you have it all in cash, but that's the thing with America, man. If you buy something and it's under your name, and you know, it'll take you 30 years to pay off the mortgage if you just get a regular old mortgage and whatever. But you could pass it down from generation to generation, from your kid to your kid to your kid. You know, and by the time your grandson inherits the house, it will be paid off. So when he works, he can live in the house and never have a mortgage payment. You know, that's how you get ahead in life, gentlemen. That's how you get ahead in life in the United States. Is one day you'll inherit something. Hopefully your parents or grandparents, you know, didn't screw the pooch. And you know, my dad inherited my grandpa's house, and I'll inherit, me and my brother will inherit his house, and we won't have a mortgage payment, you know, because it's been paid off for 30 fucking years, you know. So when you work, you get to literally keep all your money. Why people don't do that, I don't know, dude, you know. I have no idea. That's how it's done, man. You know, your family kind of passes down 1 or 2 houses if you can. And that's it. You know, that's life. This way, when you work, you get ahead of the game, you know. You don't just work for your mortgage payment or for some bank. And that's what a lot of people are complaining about is now they get this big 30-year mortgage loan and they don't, you know, they feel like they're just working for the man the whole time. What's up, Howard? It's not no different than big cattle ranchers leasing federal property to glaze their land. Oh yeah. I'm pro-isolationist. I really can't see what the point of us being in Europe or having relations. I'm with you, AZ, on that, man. I'm kind of with you on that. I don't know why we even like deal with Europe. It comes from like World War II and World War I. You know, we're still getting out of that funky era. Wow, they're doing a lot of construction up here. Look at this. That used to be a farm. Whoa. That used to be like a corn farm. Cornfield. And now we're building a super Walmart there or something. Whoa. What is getting built out here? What is that big old thing? What is that? It's gonna be a car dealership or something. Watch. It's gonna be something stupid. Oh, it's gonna be a Tesla dealership. Oh, nah, I don't know. That'd be funny though. What is that? I don't know. Wow, dude, this is gonna be a stadium? This is a baseball stadium. Oh, I think they're building a Big League Dreams or a high school? What is going? That's a baseball stadium. Whoa, there's gonna be a baseball stadium out here? No way. Maybe like Field of Dreams or Big League Dreams or something? Man, it's crazy, man. California has changed so much since I was little. All the farms are gone. I don't blame the farmers for selling their property, man. I don't blame them. And as a matter of fact, thanks to Trump, we have never been so. They can have Europe, we can Greenland, Panama, Canada, Mexico, to each its own. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I don't know why everyone hates Russia all of a sudden. Like, they went to war with Ukraine. I get it. I really hope Ukraine wins, but I don't care if Russia is our friend or not. I didn't grow up under the Cold War. The Cold War was over in whatever year. I don't get that. We invade countries all the time, so if you invade your neighbor, I'm not really mad. I just kind of... Wait, what? It's in here? Oh, it's in here. No, it's not. Where is this place? Is it up here? Ah, man, it can't be up here. This is a house. Red wine. Yeah, I don't know why, but we know Trump's a Russian spy anyways. We knew he was going to be close with Putin anyways. He's a Russian spy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the big deal why everyone hates Putin and Russia so much. The USSR folded, Devil Dog. I'm not gonna get into this whole we hate Russia thing again for the next 30 years and have another Cold War or nuclear arms race. It's not happening. Not happening on my watch. If you guys want to go through a Cold War with Russia, by all means, but not me, Devil Dog. I'm not going under that nonsense again, For 20 years of my life, we were at war with Iraq and the Middle East, and Muslims bad and Muslims extremists very bad, and now the narrative is shift to Russia. You like how that happened so quick? I my whole life I never spoke about Russia. It was like, oh, the Cold War, it ended. Russia's not crazy anymore. Putin starts, getting his military Prius back and going after Georgia, and then they went after Crimea, and then they invaded and went after Ukraine, and then all of a sudden, after the Iraq-Afghanistan war, all of a sudden Putin's a mean guy or something or whatever. Yeah, was it right for him to invade Ukraine? No. But I served under Operation Iraqi Freedom, and seems like Putin's doing Operation Ukrainian Freedom. Putin ended the Wuhan flu, yeah? red wine. Operation Ukrainian Freedom is underway. And Putin said they're using, he doesn't want Ukraine to get weapons of mass destruction. So I said, okay, go for it, buddy. We've been there before, right, boys? Yeah, I'm not getting involved in European politics, man. If Putin wants to invade the moon, go for it. Go for it. I still hope Ukraine wins. I'm not a Ukraine hater. I like Zelensky. He stayed at home and was doing the thing for his troops as best as he can. I'm not a... But, he said he threatened the United States. He threatened American women and children. And that's unacceptable. So if Ukraine folds, I'm going to say you should have never threatened the United States, brother. You never should have said American women and children will be fighting and dying. And that's what he did say it, man. Wow, they're building it here too. Wow. He did. We all heard him. I heard him. It's a situation ship, yeah. It's a situation ship. Ooh, this is a nice little place. Can I go down here? Oh, I'll be damned. Wow. What is this? What are they building here? Are they building another community here? Wow. Get out of here. Oh, there's a Tesla truck. You guys want to go key it? Let's go key the trucks. Dude, what a bunch of idiots, man. I mean, people have ruined their life, dude. Just absolutely ruined their life. Isn't that insane, man? That's so insane to me. People will go and key a Tesla for whatever reason. Is just insane to me. They think they're getting back at the man, or something. Power, fight the machine, fight the power, no way, man. Dude, and those guys are gonna, if they're getting, there's a Tesla. What if they get charged with being a domestic terror, dude? Imagine that. Imagine going to prison for 20 years because you keyed a Tesla. It's just, people are so dumb, dude. I mean, that's just dumb, right? I mean, that's almost natural selection, right? Isn't that like natural selection? Like you're so dumb, you don't know that there's cameras on these things. How do you think they drive? How do you think they self-drive? By magic? By hopes and dreams? Imagine being so petty you key a truck instead. Yeah, because of politics. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. And half of these idiots still don't know about the sensory mode. That right there, Ethan, is just insane, dude. That right there. Bobo, I'm still upset that your government doesn't allow you to really own property. I'm really upset about this God damn it. Pisses me off, dude. It pisses. If the government treats its citizens like, if the government is treating you like a child, then there's a problem. There's a big problem. My government's calling me like that. You guys were pretty close to the USSR back in the day. I do that. How was it, Bobo, living back in Denmark? Back in the day during like the Cold War, like for your parents and stuff, your mom and dad or uncles or whatever, what did they say about the time, 70s or 80s, whatever day, what was their personal opinion about what happened in Russia and all that? I remember talking to my buddy Chris. He's from Germany, and his grandpa fought for Germany during World War II. And I remember he just said, he didn't talk about it much, but he just said the war was bullcrap. I was like, oh yeah, most wars are, man. I don't really want a Tesla, but I'd buy one just to troll. Oh, dude, Ethan, yeah, but I want a big old pink, like bright yellow, like a Tesla truck with like a Trump sticker on it. You know, oh yeah, that would be hilarious. Now I need to figure out where the F I'm gonna go. Ooh, China Cook. You guys want to go to China Cook? Are we taking? We're good. Electric vehicles are garbage. I mean, I've seen YouTube videos of a Tesla truck not doing very well in the snow. Yeah, I wouldn't take a golf cart in the snow. You know, they remind me just of a golf cart. Basically, they still not replacing the ICE vehicle. What's up, Jared? There's always going to be gas vehicles in America, but electric stuff you do have to change them at all. Greenland is sovereign with economic help from Denmark. They do their own thing. It's not Danish like Finland or Zealand. Oh, I didn't know you. Oh, it's not Danish like. Oh, I didn't know that. Bobo, you're very knowledgeable with this stuff. I'm glad you're here, brother. You teach me something new every day. Battery tech is what is really garbage, dude. What is really funny is in California, you know, there's a lot of Teslas in California, a lot, because of the global warming, climate change mumbo jumbo, and now they're all getting keyed by their own Democratic Party, but California is going to start taxing electric vehicles because too many people bought them and they're not getting enough tax revenue from gas drivers now. So they're going to end up taxing electric vehicles out here just as much as gas vehicles. So it's all a money grab. We all know that. We all know that. Insane, man. Insane. And then Newsom's trying to be more... Dude, guys, he's going to run for president, man. In 3 years, he's going to be up there on the stage trying to debate J.D. Vance. And if he becomes president, we're all screwed, man. We're all screwed. He'll open up. He loves China. He loves China. Loves them. Man, this is a baseball stadium. Wow. What's up, Crub? What's up, Crub? Diamond, delusional. Either you do it or China. I don't, what? It's gonna happen? Hell yeah, brother, it's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? Oh, you wrote something. Hold on. Wrong. It's just not possible to short yet, and most people don't mind the idea, but it's intentional. Initial expense keeps people away. Exactly, Crub. I concur, brother. I concur with whatever you say. I agree with, man. You're the only one for me, you know. China doesn't make good things. No, they make cheap broken things that really don't work. Do you support Trump running for a third term? If yeah, I do. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it if FDR did, Franklin D. Roosevelt did. It's not unprecedented, or whatever the media wants the word of the day is. Yeah, if he can prove that his election was stolen and in 2020 or cheated, which shouldn't be that hard to prove. It's you can everyone cheats. It's just human nature. But legitimately prove, and if he can say that the Russian spy hoax was a hoax, which it was, and the Durham report said that, yeah, he can say his whole presidency was derailed by another political party. So I get a third term. Yeah, I can see him going for it, man. I wouldn't be shocked, Yeah, I heard president is running a third for. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I gave you 2 good reasons why he's gonna make it up, and I think FDR did. I know FDR did, and I think he died in his 4th term. Is that correct, guys? And maybe one other president did. I'm not sure what other one, but I know it's happened. I don't know if I support a 3rd term. Yeah, it's kind of those weird things, if if the midterms, we'll see if the Republicans and the Trump movement win the midterms and stuff like that. Then, but if he loses some of the midterms, then he probably won't. He wants the House and the Congress to be, on his side. FDR 4 times, but died early in his 4th term. So yeah, 4 terms, Jesus Christ. Trump is just trolling. He doesn't mean. Yeah, Ethan, I'm with you, man. I know. I know he's trolling. He's for sure just trolling, and it takes up the whole news cycle. And the minute he says something like that, no matter what was bad that day, it'll be all about Trump and his 3rd term comments. Yeah, he's just trolling, guys. He's probably done, man. JD Vance, that's why he picked a lot of young people like JD Vance, Tulsi Gabbard, a lot of veterans. Because what's up, Trub or Krub? Because they make good enough stuff, they are not so far behind as many people think. No, they're far behind. They're so far behind. China's so far behind, dude. If China was, it's 2025, man. If you're thinking in the next 30 years, China's gonna pull away and pull away from what? What do you mean? As many clothes are made in China. Clothes are not all made in China, and Asia countries over there, plastic machines, BCBs. We rely on China a lot. We rely on China. It's like we're relying on the gardener to mow your lawn. It's like, yeah, we need the gardener to mow a lawn, but we can just get someone else. All because like you're making an argument saying China makes a lot of things. Well, India can make a lot of things too. American citizens can make a lot of things too. And let's be clear why we're friends with China. It's because we use them as like cheap slave labor. Let's be crystal clear on that. Let's be crystal clear on that. If you're wondering why I have a tissue by my ear, it's because I think my ear's bleeding. I scratched it. It's weird, right? I can still feel it. All because China can make our cheap ass clothes from Temu or whatever, doesn't mean India can't. This is the thing. This is the same argument as the left have with firing teachers and stuff like that. It's all because you have a job doesn't mean you get to keep the job. if I can find a replacement for China because, there's cheaper slave labor out there like in India, then we're just going to do that, brother, There's cheaper labor than China. You would support changing to a single party democracy, only Republican, or a monarch with Trump, or is it and its people, or do you prefer a current two-system party? I don't want any government, to be quite honest. I think paying people to complain about things that don't matter is a big problem with society. Big problem with society. And I'd rather not have a government. Everything can be privatized, road construction. It's just construction workers. They do it. The government calls a construction company and says, hey, can you guys pave the roads out here? And they go, yeah. Well, you don't need a government official to do that. You just need the construction crew to do it. Privatize it. What else needs, the Department of Education, that's disbanded, so that could be more privatized, right? What else? Most Americans don't want government at all. The smaller the government, the better. I want almost no government. You can have two parties. You can have one party. I don't care. You can have 20 parties. 0 parties would be great. I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to give Medicare to people. I don't think they deserve Social Security. It's all gone. If it was up to me, I would get rid of it all, man. That's how most Americans, I think. I would get rid of it all. It would all be gone. Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, Department of Justice, FBI, the CIA, I would get rid of it all. I would get rid of most military generals because most generals become politicians. We've have I think an incredible amount of generals that it's not necessary. It's insane. We're bloated, man. Our government's just bloated. Most Americans don't see or understand government. Oh yeah, well that's the point. Most governments try to confuse their citizens, man. They already paid for their own Social Security. What's up, bing ning, bing bing? More like bling bling. Manufacturing will leave China because they have an aging workforce and mostly Mexico, India, stuff like that. That's not how most Americans think because they can't understand that the government does things that unless you're a billionaire, you can't do a loan. Do a loan. Clean. I am a billionaire, and yeah, man. I mean, most of my billionaire friends, that's how we think. I'm sorry you don't have $1 billion, but me and my billionaire friends, that's how we think, man. And yeah, if it was up to me, I would have no government at all, man. 0, none. I would have someone sit in a chair like a monkey, and then a monkey can do the president's job, really. I can do the president's job. All I gotta do is sit there and say whatever the hell that, whatever they say. Is that a dumpster? Do I need a dumpster? I don't think so. We're all good. We're all good. Right. I think we're good here. Oh, this is Starbucks. Okay. Anyways, devil dogs, I am out of here, man. Like a herd of turtles. Thank you for liking and subscribing. That girl's just walking incredibly slow. Fast walk. Under new ownership, huh? Fast walk. Oh, people love their bucks, dude. People love their bucks around here. Yeah, I better get to work, huh? I've just kind of been driving in this parking lot. I don't feel like going to work. If you guys want to find an illegal immigrant, I'll tell you where to find them. They're in these stores called Cardenas. Yeah, China can't even like clean their own rivers, dude. Like, just Google tofu drag in China. They can't build like buildings. They're all corrupt. It's awful. It's awful. Stay safe, buddy. Simplify later, brothers. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get to work and actually earn a paycheck. I'll talk to you boys later. Simplify.